Sharma, who's standing by Vijay Chowk. Karthikeya, I understand there's more insights coming in. I know you're talking to several folks there, including Anila Singh, who's the spokesperson for the BJP, Vinod Sharma, the political editor for the Hindustan Times, as well as Dr. Shama Mohammed, a spokesperson for the Congress. We just heard just a short while ago some reaction coming in. What can you tell us this hour?
Absolutely, Archit, because situation is changing minute by minute. Mallikarjun Kharge, the leader of the Congress Parliamentary Party in Lok Sabha, has now categorically said that the government should postpone the budget, and he has on record said that what happened yesterday at RML should not have happened. Now, this has created a twist. Earlier, the consensus was being forged that the budget will go ahead, but for Mr. Kharge to accuse the government, I'm sure that the matter before the budget will be raised, this will be discussed, and I'll be taking opinion from both Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party, and then they'll go to the senior journalist Vinod Sharma. Madam, to you first. Now, Mallikarjun Kharge has said this in no uncertain terms that the budget should be postponed, and he says there was a conspiracy yesterday at RML. Do you think that the budget should be postponed, and what's the position of Bharatiya Janata Party on this issue, Anila?
See, the speaker has to decide whether the budget has to be postponed or not. I am no one to say here anything about it. And Mr. Kharge, as you have told me that he has commented about RML, something that regarding, I think so, Mr. Ahamed. So I do not know about anything, and one should not point out without having proper knowledge about the matter. I mean, just saying there was a conspiracy behind it, it brings a huge question mark on whole of the system.
But you are saying that BJP will wait for the decision of the chair. Absolutely, you are entitled to the opinion. But Shama, in context of the Congress party, where do you stand? Is the party now saying that the budget should be postponed?
Let me take your first question. I just spoke to Mr. Ahmed's son, and he said it was terrible. He came in yesterday to meet his father at RML, and he said there were bouncers standing over there. And they did not let him go up to see his father. His father was put on a ventilator. They had junior doctors taking care of him. I mean, Mrs. Gandhi had to come in right to get him to go up there. They did not allow anybody. And I just went and saw Mr. Ahmed's body right now. It's completely swollen. It is not done. Something like this cannot be done. I think the government wanted to postpone, do the budget today on time, and keep him on a ventilator is what I think should have happened. So this is not,
these are opinions. But Mr. Sharma, how do you look at this controversy now panning out? Because earlier the indications were that the budget will happen, and now Mallikarjun Kharge has very categorically said that there was a conspiracy.
No, may I say one thing? There are two parts to the statement of Mr. Kharge. One, that the budget should be postponed, and the other, that there's something amiss happened at RML when Mr. Ahmed was taken there. You know, there are two different issues. And I think that the Congress party would do well not to link them up. It should just stick to its demand of postponement of budget until tomorrow, and the inquiry into the mishandling of Mr. E. Ahmed by the doctors there or whatever can be carried out later. That assurance should be given by the Treasury on the floor of the House, and also the Treasury must take a consensual view in the House. The sense of the House should prevail whether or not budget has to be presented today. But at the same time, I'd repeat what I said earlier, that
so when you say sense of the House, and for the benefit of the viewers, sense of the House means that the House participates. The leader of the House participates. You know, it's a big process.
Obviously, he must participate because it's the budget day today. It's also his big day, the Prime Minister's big day, besides the Finance Minister's big day, the government's big day. Because if you read the economic survey, there are certain course corrections proposed there, and the country wants to know whether the government is serious about those course corrections or not, post-demonetization. Because the survey says that the demonetization has hit the economy across the spectrum.
So that will happen when the budget takes place. But Shama, now you have made this point very categorically. And Mr. Sharma has been saying that two issues should not be linked. So now what's the final position of the party emerging?
The final position of the party is what Mr. Kharge said. He has spoken about it, and he is the leader of the opposition. He is in charge of, I mean, has spoken about it, and of course they have to postpone it. At least there is a person who has passed away, who's been a member of parliament for a very, very long time. He had been a union minister, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, so at least give respect for him, and they can do the budget later, but postpone it.
But Anila, then how does one resolve the issue? Because budget in itself is an important day. The budget document in itself is important, and it's not a day. It's an important episode every year when it comes to the country. I'll come to you, Shamage.
Absolutely, you are correct, Karthike. But at the same time, Parliament is one thing. Like our Prime Minister said that we do not want disruption, we want discussion. So we can only request Congress Party to see all these things and they should not start the Parliament with hooliganism. We can only request them. And number two, as I said earlier, it is a speaker who has to decide that whether the budget should be placed today or not. Like I'm no one to comment on it.
Shama, you have to add to this.
Passing away of a person is disrupting parliament based on hooliganism is very wrong. Somebody has passed away. This is not hooliganism. It is asking just respect for the person and to postpone it because he's passed away, number one. Number two, in 2012, UPA postponed the budget because of the elections. You know, we did not want it to affect the elections and we were dignified in fact.
That's an important point.
Yeah, we were dignified enough to postpone it. We were not desperate. This government is desperate to win the UP elections and they will do anything to keep the budget.
Okay, that's an adjective. That's an adjective. But before I come back to you, Archit, finally, will something happen if the budget is not presented today?
Well, if the budget is not presented, the markets will wait for another day. The people will wait for another day. And I think that the Congress party is a party with a long history of governance, must allow the budget to be presented while making its protest clear in the House that normally the government itself should have postponed the budget, but because it is insisting on presenting the budget and the Congress too realizes that it's an important exercise in the interest of the economy and thereby the people of this country, it is going along. But at the same time, it is doing so with deep protest and resentment against the government's approach. They can take this line and perhaps help the government present the budget in the House. But, you know, it is so unfortunate that even on important national issues, such as presentation of budget, there isn't a political consensus. And the responsibility, may I assert, for forging that consensus, it devolves on the government. The Prime Minister should reach out to the opposition. They are bereaved. The Prime Minister should reach out.
You have hit the nail, Mr. Sharma. You have hit the nail. Actually, the bottom line here is, Archit, that there should have been a political consensus on this issue. The way the debate has evolved in past 3 hours actually shouldn't have taken place. You know, people in the government could have reached out to many leaders, but there are photographs which are available with WION, and the way things evolved in the RML hospital was unprecedented. You know, to have senior leaders of one political party to stand there for the body to be recovered, I have not seen that. You know, we are not here to sit as, judges to evaluate who was at fault or not, but what was happening there and happened was not in good taste. And that is why that shadow has casted itself over the session now.
Karthikeya, what is your sense and how long are we going to know the final consensus on this particular issue, whether the budget will be presented today or not be presented today, really, Karthikeya?
You know, Chaiti, that's a good question. The issue is now Sumitra Mahajan, Speaker, and Venkaiah Naidu, the Information Broadcasting Minister, with Anant Kumar, who happens to hold the charge of the Parliamentary Affairs. They will be, I think they must have reached Ahmed's residence. Now, they will be speaking to the family members because the matter has acquired a different dimension. And my understanding is, as I had been saying again and again, the government is trying to forge a consensus. It does not want to look as if it has pushed the budget down the throat of the parliament, because that's the decent way to do so. And I think the government is well within the right to create that consensus. But the issue is whether they will be able to win the trust or not. Anila, you know, these last minute meetings are taking place. Is your party hopeful? Are you hopeful that you will be able to convince much agitated other members of the House?
See, we can only request them. Bharatiya Janata Party is one political party who always requests. And Congress and Congress allied parties, they are the one who believe other way around. So again, we all are very sorry as the things that have happened, and Mr. Ahmed's son, he is saying that he was ill-treated in the hospital and he was not able to see his father, and he had a difficult time in recovering the body. So these all things, you know, it should be included.
The point you're trying to make is you'll request, but Shama, just keeping to the point of budget and not linking it with what had happened in RML, will your party be open to the persuasion of going through the budget?
See, my simple answer to that is, if a budget can be postponed for 3 months in 2012, for one day, does it make a difference? Respect for a man, first of all, there was a lot of... In fact, Mr. Ahmed San had to go to the police station and then come back. The police had to come along with him and then they could get the body. He could even see. He didn't want to get the body. He had to see his father. They were not allowing him to see his father.
Is your party going to take up this issue in Parliament? Are you going to speak on this issue before the budget is presented? Because nothing of that sort has ever happened. And I'll come back to you. Sir, do you remember in covering Parliament, there has any, I would say, something like this has happened where people take up a subject different from that of budget? Do you remember anything of that to have happened past 35 years?
Well, it must have happened. I don't immediately recall. But as I said, you know...
Past 15 years, I don't recall it. Past 20 years, I don't recall it.
There hasn't been any such thing. It was, if it was there before we were there as journalists, it's another matter. No, here the question is, the Congress spokesman has been insisting that in 2012 there was a delay of 3 months. And by the same logic, she's seeking a delay again. There too it was election time, and here too it is election time. So I think the impulses are the same.
So you're saying election has complicated the budget?
So when you are in the opposition, because mind you, that there was a controversy as well, whether or not the budget should be presented in the middle of the election campaign. This is an important question which should have been addressed by the Election Commission, but that finally the Supreme Court took a call on it, and we are all having great regard for the Supreme Court. But may I say one thing, that to reason, you see, as they say...
30 seconds, sir, we are falling short of time.
As they say, that the life of law is reason, you know. And in this case, even though law said that you couldn't do it, the reason said perhaps it could have been postponed, or it could have been deferred, or it could have been done on a different date, because we are in the middle of elections.
Okay, sir.